Cowboy and ranching tradition, the past mixed with the new. That is what you will find at the world-famous Miles City Bucking Horse Sale in Miles City, Montana. If you haven't ever attended, this one needs to be on the bucket list. Wade Berry has had over 50 years of association with the Bucking Horse Sale, but from a very unique, a very different vantage point, and that is from the rodeo arena, inside the arena, either as a contestant many years ago or from the judging perspective of the event. Wade, thanks for coming on the program and sharing your story. This one everyone is going to get a kick out of, so let's start with this. You were first a contestant years back at the world-famous Miles City Bucking Horse Sale.
Right. Yeah, I came up here in the fall of 75 to go to college, and I've been too broke to leave ever since. But anyway, the next year when they had the Bucking Horse Sale, and I rode bareback horses in high school, well, even started in grade school, but I rode bareback horses here, and I entered it, because it was a big deal here then, and I entered the bareback riding. I won the bareback riding here in 1980 at the Bucking Horse Sale, and we only had to get on one. They had that many contestants, and I think I won $1,200 and some dollars in 1980. So that's how good it paid clear back then. But the last year I got in it, I got on 21 head in 3 days.
Oh my gosh.
And then I was in the wild horse race. Casper Schaefer and I and Benny Reynolds got in it the very first time I ever got in a wild horse race. Well, it was kind of a fluky deal. Another kid from here that grew up here wanted to be in the wild horse race with Casper, and he told him he could, and that was the first year they asked me to judge it. And so I've judged it every year. I think I missed 1 year of judging it that I can remember.
So you're in an interesting position where you've witnessed it as, or I should say, participated as a contestant and as a judge. So in those years, from back when you won it back in 1980 and you got $1,200 in your pocket, all the way till now, what have you seen that have been kind of some of the biggest changes in those years?
Well, mostly the cowboys. There's not near as many now as there was then. Heck, there was, I don't know. Well, when I went to college here, there was 8 or 9 of us at Miles City that rode bareback horses. And, we was lined up at the Bucking Horse Sale to get on. There are just not as many, I guess, ranch kids or farm kids or whatever that are willing to participate now like there was back then. I mean, my dad used to come up here to the Bucking Horse Sale back in the 50s and 60s, and he said he watched guys fist fight to see who could get on because they paid $5 a head to get on. $5 back then was a lot of money. That was a way of living.
So have you seen changes in the horses themselves? Of the, I mean, obviously programs change and technology and all those sorts of things, or is it the other side that the bucking horse is still the bucking horse, even with all of this technology and breeding and marketing that we have available to us today?
Well, it is somewhat, but the breeding programs sure are standouts. I mean, there used to be thousands of horses around Miles City running loose, but yeah, the breeding programs are by far above better horses. Back then you could go to a rodeo and maybe had a chance to get on 2 or 3 that you could win on. And now you can get on probably 80% of them and win money. They're that much better and they're more consistent.
So, the Bucking Horse Sale is something that we hold so near and dear to our heart, to yours, obviously, of just a family tradition that's in it, like so many people. And it has evolved and changed over the years, and it has turned into, I mean, honestly, honoring what it was initially, intended to be, which was a bucking horse sale. Well, now, I mean, there's a lot that has evolved, from entertainment to concerts to the wild horse race that we talk so much about, to parimutuel wagering. There's so much about it, and it really is now, if I can say this, it's a celebration of the cowboy. It's a celebration of a Western way of life. It's a celebration of a ranching community. It's that's what it's really about, in my opinion, when you look at how it has really evolved in terms of the entertainment that's offered over the weekend during buck and horse sale.
Yeah, that is correct. There's so much more to do now for all classes of people. I mean, I've talked to people that said I wouldn't miss the buck and horse sale for anything. And I said, well, which part did you like about it? And they said, oh, we didn't go down to the sale. We just tailgated and took in the night festivities and the concerts and stuff. So there's people that don't care to see buck and horses, and there's people that's all they want to see is the buck and horses. It has evolved so much. I mean, it is the best thing Miles City ever had.
You had mentioned the quality of buck and horses that are there. You said, gosh, in your professional opinion, for the contestants and the riders that come to Miles City, they could get on 80% of those buck and horses and win the whole darn thing. So when we look at that, the quality of competitors, even though it maybe isn't as many as there was in the past, like you said, guys would get into fist fights behind the chute to see if they can get on this horse. The quality of competitors is absolutely top notch. And a lot of that is because, the PRCA Bronc match, it qualifies for PRCA standings to go to the finals and win the world. And when we say that we bring in the absolute best of the best, there's no other way to say that. We bring in absolutely the best of the best.
That is correct. Probably the top 30 guys in the world that come here fighting for first place in this prestigious match. And even in the sale part, there are young kids that are coming up with their permits. We have a permit section now on Friday. Boys that enter that are just starting out, and they've got to fill a permit to get a card so they can go to any rodeo. But two of those permit holders, the winners of each one of those sections in that permit deal, the top two guys get a buy into the match on Sunday, so they get to ride with the best guys in the world. And that's really a good step up and an incentive for young guys to match up with the best guys in the world. It's a great format for the young bronc riders coming up.
What's your favorite part about the buck and horse sale? If you look at it today with your involvement with it, what is your absolute favorite part, Wade?
I guess my very favorite part is watching one that really bucks, that has it bred into him and wants to buck and do his job and a really good ride. Everybody wants to see them 90-point scores. I love to write down 90-point scores if they deserve it. But when a guy really gets tapped off on one that really bucks and makes a really good ride, that's my favorite part.
Now, if you could give a message to those people that have never been to the Miles City Buck and Horse Sale, and it seems once you go to it, you're hooked. You got to go every year. It's darn much fun. What would be that message to those people? Or maybe they don't quite understand our way of life. Maybe they don't quite understand the rodeo arena. Maybe they didn't grow up rodeo, and heck, maybe they didn't even grow up on a farm or ranch. But, they're intrigued by the nostalgia that is the aura that is around the Miles City Buck and Horse Sale. What would be your message to those people to come out and hang out with us?
This would be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And if you ever experience it, you'll never forget it. Because, this is the way it happened 100 years ago when they first started this buck and horse sale. A wild horse that had never been touched and a cowboy that thought he could ride anything. And we made it into a competition to see who could be the best on the best horse. And if you ever see it, you'll be hooked on it. Well, I just think there's something for everybody, whether you're a city person or a ranch raised kid or a tourist or whatever, it's something that you definitely want to see. It'll make a memory that'll last you forever.
Wade Berry, an absolute pleasure visiting with you and having you share your stories about the Miles City Buck and Horse Sale. I've talked to a lot of people over the years associated with the Buck and Horse Sale, and the part about how your dad said that there would be fist fights to see who would get on the next horse for a payment of $5 is probably one of my favorite stories I have heard yet. Okay, the details. Get your tickets now, because I tell you what, it's filling up fast, whether it be for the concert or the party in the dirt or the races or what have you. Get them today. Head to buckinghorsesale.com or go to ranchchannel.com. We have all the ticketing information and scheduling available there as well. And if you do by chance make it out to Miles City for the Buck and Horse Sale and you see Beck and I cruising around, be sure to stop and say a big howdy do. We'd love to meet you. So, time for a quick break. When we come back, market information, cattle for sale, and a lot more on the Ranch It Up radio show. Keep it parked.